All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody to another weekly reset shenanigans. Today we're going to be knocking out all of the Bantam Manhunt missions, and then probably doing some shade level farming. But first we're going to check out all the vendors, see what we have this week. I will be posting a build video before the week is over. Might even get to it today, honestly.
Agent, pilot Torres is cleared for transport.
So keep an eye open for that. It's going to be my
Safe area detected.
tip of the spear demolitionist build that I've been talking about. It's a lot of fun. It's a really fun build. Okay, so first off, let's see what the vendors have. We will start off with the countdown vendor. We've got New Reliable. It's not a bad LMG, honestly, since LMGs suffer pretty heavily from stability issues. Having 30% additional weapon handling is pretty nice. Unfortunately, you're sacrificing a damage talent, so it's a middling LMG. Not the best, not the worst, but you know, you can just re-roll that attribute, you're good to go. Oops, let me turn off my alarm here. Anarchist Cookbook. Not great attribute rolls on there. I'd probably pass on that one. Manic. Not the best weapon, but if you don't have it, it's not a bad pickup. I don't think I've ever used Manic, to be honest. Like, I mean, when I first got it, I played around with it for a little bit, and then just it's been in the vault for probably the last year. Force Multiplier. Look at that. Skill damage, skill haste. Already rolled on it with a perfect combine arms. This is a must-have right here. This is used on a lot of skill builds. And you really don't have to re-roll anything. But if you want, you could max roll that skill haste, and you're good to go. Invest a little bit into skill damage, and you've got completely de-rolled everything. Price pass on that one. If you've got a bleed build going, you could pick this one up. Honestly, the C-TAR is not a bad assault rifle. Again, it's another one of those like middling assault rifles where it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's somewhere in between. A lot of people really like the C-TAR. I personally like the C-TAR. It's got some really good stability and accuracy baked into it. So this isn't a bad pickup. Pass on that one. Here is a... Nope, protected reload. Never mind. Alright, and the mods are what I would expect. Let's go check out the clan vendor, see what they've got. Hey, Tina. How are you today? Welcome to the stream.
Good to see you, Agent.
Eckham's Long Stick. If you don't already have it, they're selling it at the clan vendor. You could re-roll that attribute, get yourself a nice G-rolled bolt action sniper rifle. Good to hear, Tina. Good to hear. Let's see. Pretty much every week when I come across these gear sets, I would say go to Countdown to get these. Don't waste your money buying these. They're so easy to get running through Countdown. Just set your targeted loot, run 1 or 2 missions, and you're good to go. So I would, even if these have really good rolls on them, I can almost guarantee you that you can grab this yourself for free just by running the mission. So here we go. Here's a military RPK 74M with Unhinged. I would strongly recommend you pick this up. This is a very strong LMG, and with Unhinged, this is the highest damage you can get off of a weapon like this. It's going to be a little squirrely, but if you make your build right, this will serve you well. I would grab this for sure. Card 45, my favorite pistol. It's got Optimist, one of my favorite talents to have on a pistol. You're not pigeonholed into a certain range. It's always there. It's great for tank builds. I would pick this up and then just max roll at pistol damage. Or re-roll the talent if you really wanted to, if you're not a fan of Optimist. But if you pick this up for the Optimist, just reroll the core attribute to a max pistol damage, and you've got yourself a god rolled card 45. Tina says, it's true, but buying a bunch and donating towards expertise is probably faster than farming. Yes, that's true. Yeah, if you are actively working towards expertise, and something shows up at the vendor, and you have a bunch of extra cash, you can for sure just buy a bunch of it and then donate it. That'd be like orders of magnitude quicker than farming for it. Let's see. This isn't a bad roll, knee pad. It's got that armor regen already on there. You could re-roll that hazard protection to whatever you need for your build. Or if you're making a Hasbro build, this isn't a bad piece. Resolute. So this has the damage to targets out of cover attribute on theirs. I'm just not a huge fan of the Mark 47. There's just something about it. Maybe it's the cadence. But if you are a fan of the Mark 47, this is a great pickup. Reroll that talent to something else, and you're good to go. I'm a huge advocate of preservation on my assault rifles, especially if it's already got a good base damage. And honestly, the G36 is, again, it's a mid-range AR. Not the best, not the worst. I've played around with it plenty. This isn't a bad pickup either. If you're looking for a good AR with preservation on it, it's got some nice high attribute rolls on there. Well, somewhat high. You could re-roll that tertiary attribute to damage targets out of cover, and you've got yourself a nice preservation AR. And my cats have decided that right now is the time that they're going to make a bunch of noise. They've been completely quiet all morning, and they're like, oh, Dad's streaming. Let's be obnoxious. All right, let's check out the theater settlement. Oh my gosh, guys. Pardon the background noise.
Come on over, take a look.
What do we have? Contractor's gloves with headshot damage. Really, really low core attribute. So what you could do here is you could pick up a couple of these. You can max roll one of them to core attribute of weapon damage, and you could re-roll the other one to armor, and you'll have two of these on standby for whatever build you want, whatever headshot damage build you want, and you'll have one with an armor roll. This is a pretty good pickup. KSG, probably a pass on that one. Even though it does have close and personal, which is of course great on shotguns because you are absolutely barrel stuffing with most shotguns. That shotgun damage roll is really low, and you'd want to reroll that attribute to damage to targets out of cover if you're going to get the G roll for this. So I would say it's probably not worth buying and investing into, but if you just need a good shotgun, this would probably be a good choice. 45 ACP. Yeah, this is technically the highest damage dealing rifle in the game. It's completely unusable due to its accuracy and stability rolls. And Boomerang would be my talent of choice on this particular weapon. You could just reroll damage to armor to damage to targets out of cover, and you've got yourself a G roll 45 ACP. This kind of works with a Hunter's Fury style build where you're utilizing a shield and just getting in people's faces with it, but there are better weapons to run. Let's see, HG gloves. This isn't bad, seeing as how Habsburg is specifically catered towards headshot damage and marksman rifles. It's already got a headshot damage attribute roll on there. As long as you're okay with that armor roll on there, you could reroll that armor regen to, say, critical hit chance or damage, whatever you need for your build. There's a lot of good armor pieces this week. This one's probably a pass. Here's a max roll cluster mines for your cluster mines. Max roll max targets for your blinder firefly.
Nice doing business with you.
Let's see. Check out the new vendor here at Castle.
Hostile control point detected.
Lots of good stuff this week. All right, what do we have? The Darkness, trash tier. Doesn't matter what you roll on this. It's just bad. Classic M44 with close and personal. Very useless rolls on that one. Yeah, probably pass on that one. This isn't a bad pickup. You've got your Overlord, which is for rifles. You've got it with headshot damage and critical hit chance already on there. This is not a bad pickup. Let's see. No. Bunch of disappointment for the rest of those. And of course it's barricaded. So let's fix that. So we can check out the vendor. We'll have to clear this out first. I guess I have max keys. I'm not going to deal with these guys.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Still don't have the ninja bike backpack, which makes me kind of sad. But we are slowly getting there. Slowly but surely. Hello.
Enemies right.
System breach initiated.
Right. Long range. Let me switch to my FAMAS here. There we go.
Hostile broadcast detected. System breach at 25%.
Aim wasn't so potato. There we go. I saw somebody over there. Maybe not. Oh, there's somebody over there. Where is this person? Oh, he's behind the garbage can? Yeah, he's behind the garbage can.
System breach at 75%.
There we go. Alright, now we can get down there.
The system has been breached.
Go greet him with our shotgun.
Let's go.
fighting back. Take all this stuff. Okay, now we can go to the... Now we can go to the settlement here. I'll check out the vendor, and then we'll check out the DZ vendors, see what they have, even though I have no DZ credits. I don't go into the DZ. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Okay, what you got? Picaro's holster. Well, here's a Picaro's holster. This is a good pickup, you know. It's got that weapon damage inherent attribute there. You can't really re-roll it, but that second attribute, the status effects, you can roll that to whatever you need. It's got a nice high armor core attribute on there. So this isn't a bad pickup. Tactical 308. Nope. I would say if you're looking for a all red, like crit chance, crit damage, Grupo Sombra mask, this is a good pickup right here. You could just re-roll that armor regen. Again, for the rifle damage, you could pick this up, re-roll that armor regen to headshot damage or whatever you need for your rifle build. And all of the mods are trash. So, Tina, last time I went to the settlement when it was under blockade and I went to the vendor, they didn't have anything to sell. It was literally blank. So I think, I haven't actually tested this theory, but I think the blockade will prevent you from utilizing the vendor. So you have to clear the blockade first. It for sure prevents you from fast traveling. I'm not sure if it directly affects the vendor or if that's a bug or a glitch or a feature, to be honest. Yeah, so I just, ever since the last time I went to the settlement and it was under blockade and the vendor had nothing, I've just gone straight to the blockade and cleared it before going to the settlement, and I've never had any issues. Okay, so we're going to check out the DZ vendors here. If any of you are lucky enough to have some DZ credits to spend, let's see what we got.
Agent requesting
Best
backup.
stuff in DC right here.
The Virginian. You don't see this very often. This is a must-have if you don't already have it. It's a very nice rifle. Hits like a truck. So, must-have. Buy it. If you got the credits for it, buy it. Double barrels, pass. SIGs, pass. Pass. Nope. There's some y'all knee pads. Y'all gear is hard to come by. So, this isn't a bad pickup. Even if you're just using it for expertise purposes, or you want to break it down so you can make your own at the crafting station, this wouldn't be a bad pickup. Obviously, it's got health and weapon handling on it, which is kind of meh. And nothing else there. Alright, so... Not luck, just nerves. Yeah, it does take nerves, for sure. I will say, Christian, that the one and only time I've ever broken a controller out of anger was from playing in the DZ. It's the first time and the last time I will ever break a controller because I'm just so pissed off. There's just a lot of griefing that goes on, and I guess I just don't have the patience for it anymore. You know, obviously, if I was going in there with a coordinated team or something, it'd probably be a lot more fun, but I'm very much, have been for a long time, been a solo player, so I haven't really had that luxury. Strategic alignment with some kind of doo-doo butts attribute rolls on there. Probably a pass on that one. It's got preservation on it. It's not a terrible roll. Like I said, I really like the preservation talent. I think it's very powerful, especially if you're landing those headshots. You're getting 20% armor back. Very strong. ACRE. I absolutely love the ACRE, and the E variant is the superior of the two. As far as statistics go, I believe it has slightly more stability than the regular ACR. And this is a nice G-roll. You could re-roll that talent. I would highly suggest something like Strained, because it's a slower firing AR. Works very well with the ACRE. So I would definitely pick this one up if you don't already have one. Let's see. Probably pass on those. What is this? Well, this is not a bad one here. You've got yourself a Cheska with critical hit chance and a status effect that you can reroll to something, and a Headhunter. This wouldn't be a bad choice on a Headhunter build if you're looking to fill some critical hit chance gaps. This isn't a bad pickup. Reroll that status effects to either headshot damage or critical hit damage, whatever you need. And the mods are what you would expect. Alright, and then the last one, we're going to go to DZ East. So far I would say the only must-have would probably be that Virginian, just because it's so rare to see. The rest of them, there's a lot of good rolls to pick up, but nothing that's just like, wow, you just can't live without. There's another Darkness. I guess 2 vendors are selling Darkness. It's a shame that this archetype is terrible. Just terrible. These are all passes. Definitely pass. Pass. Here's some max roll Stinger charges, if you don't already have it. And that's it for the vendors. Kind of lackluster. Lots of middling items for pickup, and only one outstanding one for pickup, I would say. Alright, so today we are going to knock out the Bantam League activities. So we've got, looks like he's over here in Foggy Bottom. And let's see here. So we've got 3 control points, 1 bounty, 1 rescue operation, and 1 territory control to knock out before we can get to Lieutenant Bantam. The build I'm going to be running is this one here. It's my Hunter's Fury build. It just works really well against Black Tusk. Especially with the Manhunt, since they tend to be somewhere between heroic and legendary on difficulty. For whatever reason, they seem to hit a lot harder, and they play a lot more aggressive than they normally do. I mean, the aggressive part might be my imagination, but it's for sure not my imagination that they hit harder. So I like to run something with a lot of survivability and a lot of damage output, and that would be this one. So we're going to run with this. And we'll just start off with, let's see. We'll head to this safe house, and then we'll start with a territory control. And let's see how this goes. Oh, as far as where I'm at with the seasonal track, I am at 60. So I've got a little ways to go before I get to any of the good stuff. This is all just sort of meh, you know, caches, shaders, peril cache keys, which I have a zillion of anyways. Some shaders for weapons that I never use, like the AK-47, T821. They're not bad weapons. There's just better options. You know what I mean? Again, skins for weapons I don't use. The AUG A3 Para, again, it's not a terrible weapon. It's just there are better options. PDR, same story. And then finally, Sacrum Imperium, 85, and then Ninja Bike at 90. So I've got a ways to go before I get to the really good stuff. I haven't had a lot of time to play the Division this last week. Probably won't have a lot of time this week or next week. I have a very busy schedule, and frankly, it's very annoying. But I do have today off, so I can invest a little bit more time in. I do want to do some variety streaming today, so I won't just be playing the Division, but we'll see. We'll see how far we can get today. Make a decent chunk of progress here. I'm going to be finishing up the Destiny 2 campaign, the Lightfall campaign on my Warlock, if anybody's interested in that. I will be doing that later today. And then I believe Iron Banner is actually active. So I'll probably be doing that. I'm not normally a PvPer, but the weapons and the armor are just too lucrative to pass up. I also really need to finish Hogwarts at some point. Before I forget, I will be playing the Diablo 4 beta. It's going to start on Friday. I have never played a Diablo. I have always wanted to. And Diablo 4 looks pretty good. So I'll be testing that out. I haven't decided yet if I want to live stream it or not. Yeah, there's just all kinds of patrols today. Hello.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Go. Especially since my armor and health don't replenish in between waves on the final mission. Yeah. No thanks.
Incoming hostiles detected. Hostile control point nearby. Access key detected.
Easy peasy. Covert SRS. One of my favorite bolt-action sniper rifles, but not a great roll on that. I already have a God-rolled one anyways. Oh, that's right. We have projects. Projects have restarted, so this is the easiest. This one right here, this weekly shade requisition, this is the easiest exotic you'll get all day. Just donate a bunch of materials. I'm pretty sure most of you are probably sitting on a bunch of extra stuff, so quick and easy way to get one of those caches. There we go. Alright, what's the next objective here? Control point. We'll just hit up the taxi graveyard. Tina says you can share the exotic in a group if you complete the project while grouped. That is good to know. I've never actually tested that, so I will have to take you at your word. You know what? I'm gonna go up. We'll attack him from above here. Oh, they already saw me? Dang. You guys have good eyes.
Switching neck. Drag out.
Got a man down.
Surprise! Yes, I love it when you all bunch up. Perfect. Come on out. Come on out in the order in which you want to be killed. Easy there, fella.
Like it close. I'm off.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
It's up here. They're all below me. Hi. Where are your friends?
Going to set up a turret.
You just see why I run this build. It's just so strong. Now, fist fight. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. There we go. I win.
Control point secured. Well done.
Take that. How are we doing on ammo? We're fine.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Shoot them all. Going in. Let's see you run down. Son of a bitch.
No, I'm stuck.
You're mine now. Got a full back.
You do that.
Full on the seat.
We're losing people.
Okay, I'm gonna get Mr. Turret here.
Move position.
That's close enough.
Thought I got that aim. Oh, fuck no.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Hostile engaged.
Sergeant Anthony's having a bad day. That's a really nice SIG MPX. I'm gonna keep that one. Okay. Territory control. Let's go.
Supply
Let's go get our rewards here, and we'll head off to our next adventure. I know that the first 15 ranks that you get on weekly reset, you get double XP. So we should be able to get quite a bit of progress just by doing the Bantam activities here. What do we got? Yeah, we'll scrap that. Okay. Let's hit this one.
Cold one, you know?
Pretty sure this is a job like the Secret Service.
Donate first here.
We're running low on resources.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother with them. Run, puppy. Run to safety.
Incoming backup request.
that.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
I like to approach this checkpoint from the right-hand side. Some of this. Hello.
Eat this!
Setting up the turret.
Hostiles. Guarding location nearby.
Fuck! Shit, right now!
Heavily armored
Very much like the
hostile
spawn camp,
detected.
these guys. Gonna be quick enough though, I'll just wait for him down here, I guess. Whoa. All too easy. Look at all that bonus armor I had too.
CP captured. Good job.
Alright, they're gonna spawn one of two locations here. Around the corner there, or this door over here. I like to just plant myself right in front of this door. Just in case we get lucky and they decide to come out of this one.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
Come on out, boys.
Reinforcements incoming.
Hey, there we go.
Hostiles detected.
Hello. Goodbye.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but with the blinder firefly, as long as you're kind of tossing it in the general direction of the enemy, it'll kind of auto track. You don't have to sit there and mark targets. You can just chuck it, and it'll do its thing. All right, let's go get our goodies.
Supply room access unlocked.
Time you guys showed up.
We beat them!
I am using the Hunter's Fury, and I have tried it with Chatterbox. I gotta admit, I'm not a huge fan of Chatterbox. I much prefer to run Hunter's Fury with Scorpio and... oh, I didn't even switch back to... oh, where is it? Dark Winter. There we go. I just don't like the... I guess the inconsistency of Chatterbox, if you want to call it that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very strong. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad weapon, it's just not my thing. I love my Scorpio too much.
Put on a brave face. Not easy. Safe out there.
Christian says, I don't like the new talent. Its old talent was so much better, just shooting an enemy. Ooh, undresses. and increases its rate of fire. Well, I missed the old one too then. I don't remember it undressing the enemies, but that's a typo of the year right there. Best typo ever. That's true. It was melting armor. It was, in a way, undressing them. Let's see. We'll just hit this one up. We'll go ahead and reset our stacks. I'm not going to foot it all the way over there. Actually, I can just, we'll just fast travel here. Travel quite so far. I want to keep my memento stacks. Ah, yes, swipe to text keyboard. Man, I was just having that conversation with coworkers the other day about how I turned off like autocorrect and all this other stuff because I had started to forget how to spell stuff. You know, when you have a device that's doing all of that thinking for you, you start to forget how to spell basic stuff. And so, you know, for years I've just had it on you know, manual. Keep my brain nice and sharp so I don't forget. I don't know if the rest of you have that issue, but I sure do.
Target in sight. Wait.
Could be worse. I mean, I have some coworkers that don't even, you know, they don't even text in the traditional manner. They do the speech to text. So I don't think they type, like, at all. That's a really quick way to learn how to spell stuff. Oh, it just puts the wrong words. Well, that too. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Hello.
Great spot for a turret.
Did I just... Oh, they're below me. I was just like, I could have swore. Just spawned here. They did not.
Yes, agent.
Oh, oh, somebody wants to shoot me from the side here.
Let's get a turret out. Enemy shielded. God damn it.
Oh, they spawned below me again.
Get away from me.
Wasn't I?
All too easy.
Control point secured. Well done.
Let's see if we can get him to spawn right here.
Reinforcements en route.
Yay! Oh, we're getting lucky today.
Additional hostile.
Come on down! Hello. Hey, no. No running away.
Putting up a turret. Give it up. They got one. Don't give up.
One shot. I'm one-shotting these shotgun rushers. And yes, everything is set to heroic.
We've got one down.
Unloading us.
Moving
Where is... There he is.
Thank you, Bantam. Hold tight.
What are we waiting for?
Wish I could tell you.
Above my pay grade or above yours too, sir?
It's need to know.
But do you know?
I know enough.
Are you sure about these people, sir?
I'm sure that if we want to win this war, Lieutenant, we need allies.
These allies?
Do you have enough food?
Yes.
Do you have housing and clean clothes?
Yes.
Do you have enough weapons and medical supplies?
How many blue and red cores?
Do you have enough mortars?
Here you go.
Enough to level the city.
So, do you
Got 4
feel
blues.
like you have the tools and resources at your disposal to win this war?
I could honestly probably get away with less,
About our
but
new allies now.
Better.
makes me very tanky.
Tight
And still have really great damage output. So, you know, I'm running it with the Striker Shield. Keep that additional damage boost. I'm basically getting one of my cores back. You know, once the Memento's at full stacks, it just does disgusting amounts of damage. Also, you know, there's that whole diminishing returns with cores. And this is kind of the sweet spot with that 4 cores. I feel like if I were to run an all-red Hunter's Fury, it wouldn't feel much stronger than this build. And that's what I mean by, like, diminishing returns. I make a lot of my builds based off of feel and not necessarily, like, the numbers. If that makes any
Give
sense.
us a hand. We need supplies. Badly.
And it's funny because, like, not just with the Division, but like with other games, I'll, you know, walk into a game completely unfamiliar with, you know, what's good, what's meta, and whatever, and I'll just, you know, play around and be like, oh, I really like this weapon, and I'll just set it aside, and then I'll kind of have a build, and I'll make a build, and then once I'm ready to kind of like learn more about it and get more in detail about build construction and stuff like that, I'll go to YouTube and I'll look up, you know, the YouTubers that have been doing this stuff for a while. And it's funny because I am constantly like validated with all of my choices. I'm just like, oh, I already have this build, like with a few small changes here and there, just to sort of min-max it. And that's what I mean by going off of feel. Like I'll just be like this weapon feels good, or this build feels really strong. And then just through, you know, just fiddling with it myself, I come to the same conclusion that everybody else kind of comes to over time. Let's see. So I need to do bounties. Punta de Lanza? Any Spanish-speaking people in the chat that can tell me what that means? I mean, I can guess what punta is. But what's Lanza? I'll just go from here so I can keep my stacks.
Hi, Agent.
Hello.
That's an impressive weapon.
You're getting close to the target.
I'm really excited to show you guys the demolitionist build that I have. I know I said that at the beginning of the stream, but we've got some new people in the chat, so I was just reiterating. It is a ton of fun during global events, specifically the Golden Bullet event. It's just so much fun. It's so broken. And I don't use that word a lot. Broken. It's truly broken in the sense where it's just... Imagine a grenade launcher with a really high rate of fire that you never have to reload. Just destroy everything. It's a lot of fun. Explosions everywhere.
Fuck you!
Language. Lieutenant Bantam fight is different, pretty fun. Good old 360-degree spawns. Nice. Looking forward to it. We are not far away from getting to that manhunt here. We are just cruising through the content.
I gotta... Fuck it!
There somewhere. Let's see. Now where do we go? Downstairs. Perfect. You're all bunched up.
You found the target, Agent.
Hey, come on out. It went after this red bar and completely disregarded Mr. Navarro here. That's funny.
Target neutralized. You took out
Bye-bye.
another target. Great work, Agent.
Initial recon
I'll
sweeps
scrap
are
all
complete.
this.
Any updates on our friend?
Captain Lewis has been moving between the White House and the castle.
Castle? The castle settlement?
Yes, sir.
Where's the
What
rescue
about the
operation?
DC-62?
Extensive decontamination efforts have been made since Captain Wilson's
Am I missing
attack.
something?
Looks like they're getting ready to reopen the settlement.
Oh. Well, good for them.
Wally's been seen at the castle as well.
Makes sense. They were always close.
No news on the other target.
Chaps?
Talia'd like to hear that from you.
Where's
You
the
wanna
rescue
give me our
operation?
call?
There's nothing to tell.
Well, she'd like to hear it from you.
I'd rather not.
Why not?
Oh, there it is.
Sir, she scares the
I mean, I'm assuming this is it. It's just right outside the border, though. That's got to be it, though. I don't think there's... Yeah, this one's a little too far out from the map. I mean, this is technically not in the grid, but... It's got to be this one. I don't see any other rescue operations within these boundaries, at least. Unless I'm just completely blind. No? I am definitely not seeing any other rescue operations. Okay, well, let's fast travel here. Oh, that's not it? Okay. Alright. So it is supposed to be within these boundaries somewhere. I wonder why it's not showing up. I mean, I could try going to a safe house. See if that'll spawn it. Honestly, didn't notice that there was one on the map to begin with when we first started. So this is not it, huh? I mean, that makes sense. It's outside the boundary. It's technically in this in the West End and not in Foggy Bottom. I don't see it at all. I wonder if logging out and logging back in would fix that. I wonder if this is a bug or a feature. Yeah, there's nothing here. Mine was right where that air recon is. Okay. I mean, I imagine that is so weird. I mean, there's definitely nothing here. Maybe it is here, it's just not showing up on the map? I mean, that's probably not the case. Let me try logging out, logging back in real quick. See if this will fix it. This is a fun new bug. Okay, you fast travel around. Thank you for that information. That's very useful. So I guess for the rest of you who are going to be doing this at some point, if the rescue doesn't show up... There it is. Rescue operation. That is so weird. Okay, I just logged out, logged back in, and there it is. Bizarre. It's like restarting a computer. It's like, oh, it's acting weird, restart it. But why does that work? That shouldn't work, right? Let's see if we can get some memento stacks on the way here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll just knock out this public execution while we're here. Why not? Okay, we're taking a lot of aggro. Backing up a bit here. Heal up here. Almost have my shield back. You are just a tanky little fuck, aren't you? There we go. Thank you, sir. Can't see you, but I see your little icon there. Okay, we are just... Whew. We're gonna blind some guys here. Oof. Okay, alright. Drone operating scope. Yeah, I'm going after you next, Chica.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Operator is down. Repeat.
Stop moving around. There we go. You got it. Bantam is a bounty, by the way. Won't be on the regular map. Gotcha. Gotcha.
We showed them all right.
Heck yeah. Got some nice memento stacks. About halfway there already. Go. Leveling up like crazy. Oh, that's right. I'm getting some apparel cache keys. By the way, guys, the apparel is bugged. Shocker, right? I don't know if it is on other platforms, but at least on the Xbox, there's some weird, like, shading issues, and they're just not displaying correctly. I'll show you what I mean here in a bit. I'm going to go open up some of the caches I got while we've been out and about doing all this stuff. But I haven't been able to get the visual bugs to go away. You know, like how sometimes there'll be like really bizarre shaders applied to stuff, and if you like log out, log back in after switching loadouts, it'll go away. But I haven't been able to get it to do that. So logging out, switching loadouts, I've tried a bunch of other stuff. It's just there, and it's not going away. It's easier shown than described, so.
Nearby hostage situation detected.
You did it on challenging, brand new account, only one tune, and been level 40 for like 2 hours. Nice. And there's aerial recon. Definitely don't want to piss it off. Nice. Okay, so cosmetics. So I'm just going to switch to my... This is the build I'm going to be showcasing later. A little sneak peek here. It's called Show of Force. And I really like the chest piece that I unlocked, this one, the Careless Vest. But you see how it has that camo pattern on it? It's not supposed to be on it. And equipping it, unequipping it, switching loadouts, going back to this loadout, it won't make it go away. And it does this for several items. Also, check out my backpack. How, oh, see, it just went away. But when I go back, I currently have... That is so bizarre. So look, when I click on it, like it disappears, it comes back. Yeah, there's some weird glitches going on right now. And sadly, it applies to all these juicy new cosmetics. And that makes me very sad. Because I really like the look of these cosmetics. When you inspect them in the store, you don't run into the same issues. So like, let's see. Not that one. This one. This is the chest I'm trying to equip. Oh, of course you can't see it because of my outfit. Hold on. There we go. I'll just put that on. Okay, there. So it's displaying it properly. That's what it's supposed to look like. McCracken says, yeah, my character had 2 or 3 chests on at one time. One was the Careless. Yeah, stuff isn't rendering properly once it's applied to your character. I'm sure they'll fix that with the next update. When I first actually looked at this gear, I couldn't even inspect the chest pieces. Like, it was all... See, now it's doing it again. I don't understand why it's doing this. It won't even let me look at certain gear pieces. Yeah, like, this isn't the right cosmetic. It's just changing the shading of the one that I was inspecting previously. That's just wild. So yeah, they've got some problems that they need to fix. Like, beautiful looking. And see, now my bag's got... This is not what my bag's supposed to look like. It's the memento. I can't even apply a shader to the memento, or a cosmetic to the memento. Although that would be cool. Devs, if you're listening, probably not. I'm a very small YouTuber, but if you happen to stumble in on this, you know, it would be really cool. Some exotic cosmetics. So you can change the look of them. Weapons and armor. That would be awesome. But probably a pipe dream. That's okay. Alright, so now we've got the bounty. No, that's not it. Okay, so you were saying... Wait, was that not the rescue operation? Oh, that wasn't the rescue operation. There's 2 in the same area. What the heck? Okay, never mind. Are you guys on the roof? How do I get up there? Guess over here somewhere. Hopefully that aerial patrol doesn't get involved. It's going to be a little sweaty. Nope, nope. Nope, nope. Come on, there you go. Oh boy. We might have to fight this guy. That is too close for comfort. Come on, go away. Shoo! Shoo! He's not gonna shoo. That's okay, we'll deal with him. Fairview Wraith time. Come here. Got a bone to pick. Alright, this is gonna get a little hectic here. Uh-oh.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Agent killed.
Yeah, very unfortunate timing. If I was just fighting that aerial recon, I would have bested him. With Fairview Wraith, with this particular build, this is what I run in Countdown. I have crazy amounts of protection from elites, and I've got my EMP sticky bomb. And with this combination, the aerial recon does very little damage to me, and I can basically just EMP it over and over and pick away at it. Also, the Scorpio does very well against aerial recon. Fun fact. Once you apply the shock to it, it will halt its attack as well. It's kind of like EMPing it. So, just fun fact. I don't know if you guys knew that. But yeah, and then I had a bunch of red bars behind me. If they were all elites, I would have been fine, but this is protection from elites, not protection from red bars. So, unfortunate, but hopefully they will not be there this time, and we won't have to worry about it. So, let's head on back to my death location. And this time do the right rescue operation and not the one that's directly below it for some reason. Those aerial recons are a nightmare under normal circumstances. That stack, thank you very much. Ooh, shock rounds. You had the air recon, elite resource convoy, and I think it was territory control all spawn on the control point last night. Ooh, that's chaos. Seemed like it took an hour to clear the control point. I actually kind of like it when it gets like just super hectic like that. That can be a lot of fun. And then like rogues will spawn in and it just keeps getting nuttier and nuttier. You'll get some patrols returning to the checkpoint.
Hostage situation nearby.
Right up the ass.
Access key detected.
None of them left. Good work.
Detecting additional contact.
Okay, so this should be the right one here.
Any updates?
There we go.
Eyes on the target?
No, ma'am.
Do we
Hey, Daniel.
at least have confirmation
Oh, welcome
that
to the
he's still on
stream.
site?
No, ma'am.
Do we have anything?
We have footage of him being brought back to the White House after Coney Island. He was badly injured. No aerial footage since.
Is he still alive?
No way to confirm it this time. If he's alive, they never let him outside.
Alright, time for the main event here. Bautez Atomic Event Center. You've only finished Bantam twice so far, normal and then challenging, hoping to find some folks to run on it with
Got a
heroic.
location on Lieutenant Bantam. He's at the
All
Potomac
right.
event
Well,
center.
you're very familiar with this then. If you've already completed it
Situation
twice.
detected.
I am trying it on heroic. I'm not really sure what to expect. I historically can do this on heroic. Okay. We'll see how this goes. Might need to switch builds depending on what we encounter here, but honestly, Hunter's Fury serves me pretty well. Yeah, snipers are going to be a challenge.
Be careful.
Don't have anything long range. Can always switch to my AR on the fly if I need something. Actually, I could easily switch to another sniper rifle. Easy, buddy.
Trying to flank us. Now you'll think twice.
Yeah, Memento, once Memento's got the stacks up and you're running Hunter's Fury, it gets pretty nutty, for sure. You're 1-shot in red bars, 2-shot in purples, 3-shot in elites, essentially. And bosses, yeah, bosses are like 4 or 5 shots, basically 1 clip. And that's on heroic. You know, and when you combine it with Hunter's Fury, you're getting that, 20% armor on kill, plus the Memento 3% armor regen at full stacks. Plus, I'm running 4 armor cores, so I'm getting quite a lot of armor back. This is not an all-red build by any means. You don't have a Memento? What? Really? Dude. It's time to farm some countdown. Set it to bags and just go nuts.
Watch that movement.
Even without the intention of getting the Memento, running through countdown, I usually have a Memento bag drop like every 4th or 5th run. I don't know if it's just my particular RNG, but they seem to drop pretty regularly. Oh, now I'm stuck. RNG hates you. Yeah, that's how I feel about that 13% protection from elites. Again, I've been playing this game, for years. I took a short break and came back, but cumulatively, I've played Division 2 for years, and I have yet to get a single bloody 13% protection from elites to drop. Doesn't even matter what activity I've done. I've done Legendary Strongholds, Legendary Summit. I've set it to mods and farmed the crap out of various things, and nothing, not once. Drives me absolutely up a wall. And I have gone to every YouTube video looking for answers. Like, is there something I'm missing? Do I need to, be doing a very specific activity or have a certain loadout or something, anything? And it just seems like it's just random. I have bad RNG when it comes to getting those 13%. Or like I have non-existent RNG, seeing as how I have yet to get a single one.
Can't see them.
Somebody's on the turret. We're not going to go that way. That's how we deal with these people.
We've got this. Ready to rock. I'll set up my
Spawn behind us. Reposition. Oh, somebody's back on the turret. Yeah, that's why I run with the blinder. It definitely comes in handy at times. Boy, they're just spawning all over the place, aren't they? Go to sleep. I'm surprised at how many red bars are actually in this. I figured I'd be encountering more, you know, purples and elites, more veterans and elites, but these guys are mostly red bars. Okay, I'm going to catch up on the chat. I've missed a few things here. Try Summit on challenging. I get so much from that. Not even heroic. Yeah, I got burned out on Summit a long time ago, and that's kind of when I switched to farming Countdown, and I'm officially burned out on Countdown. So maybe I do need to go back to Summit for my farming purposes, to be honest. Because I had to turn even the music off for Countdown, because if I heard that song one more time, I mean, it's not really a song, but you know what I mean. If I heard that jingle, that tune, one more time, I was going to throw up. You abandoned the McCracken account, nothing left to do with it. Okay. Let's see. McCracken, I don't have any good stuff on my new account. I did go get the capacitor in the Summit a couple days ago. Decided to start with a turret drone rigger until I farm some gear. It's an excellent choice. Honestly, my very first build I ever made and invested into and min-maxed was a drone turret all-skill build. And that carried me through all the activities. Let's see. They do this a bit, spawn from behind. Yeah, they're definitely spawning from behind. Let's see. Talking to Daniel. I've been doing heroic CPs and getting some good library material and a few vanilla exotics. Yeah, heroic checkpoints are quite lucrative. Summit is... Daniel says Summit is dumb. I agree with that. And honestly, it's not even necessarily the mechanics of Summit, it's the environment of Summit. It's so drab and repetitive and dark and dreary. It's just not, it's not interesting. And if you're going to do it for a long time, it gets boring very fast. It gets tedious very fast. Oh, your music is always off. That's for the best, Daniel, especially when you're doing stuff over and over again. Like, you don't ever want to hear it ever again. And I'm to that point. I'm just like, nope. You know, I have over 50,000 credits on Countdown, if that gives you an idea, or Countdown currency, should I say, if it gives you an idea of how often I play it. And that's not counting the credits that I've actually spent. And there just came a point where I was like, nope, I'm not listening to this again. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, this is great. This fits the mode really well. But, you know, once you've heard it 1,000 times. I did 5 challenges on Summit for the capacitor and beat Feet Out. Bummed out there. Not sure what you mean, McCracken. All skills is definitely the easiest. Definitely. Skills are easy mode. Things like the Firestarter build, you know, Eclipse Protocol. Honestly, I don't think it gets any easier than this. If you can assemble a build that's kind of similar to this, you're set. I do have this as a build video in my library. If anybody cares, wants to check it out, it is there. Goes into more detail about the, you know, how to min-max it and all that stuff and the various components. But Firestarter and then basically any drone turret build, all skill build. I think I actually don't have one on me at the moment. Because I have to rotate builds because, you know, you can only carry 16, which sounds like a lot, but I have a lot of builds. I still want to show you guys. I still want to do a build video on my blinder build because it is a lot of fun. It's just a pure support build. So you hit like a wet noodle, but the whole point of this build is to basically blind lock everyone. And so your teammates can mop them up. And it works very well. And this works exceptionally well on legendary content. Like, you're not doing a ton of damage yourself, and you're basically just proccing and reproccing the blinder Firefly just over and over again. But it can be pretty funny, especially on heroic content, because everybody's just blinded, and they can't even fight back. And your teammates are just going around just mopping everything up. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, I actually don't think I have right now. I do have my hybrid, my triple threat hybrid build. This is a striker skill drone turret hybrid build, and this is one of my favorites to run. It's my favorite variant of it because your character, your toon, does a ton of damage as well as your skills. So you're not just sitting there directing your skills and only using the capacitor to proc extra damage stacks for your skills. You're actually like participating. And I like to participate. Let's see. I quit Summit the second I got the capacitor AR mid-fight. Yeah, I don't blame you, McCracken. Summit is grindy and tedious. 5 challenges in Summit, yes. And the capacitor is one of 2 exotics that I have expertise to level 20. Because I use them just that much, because they're that good. I use capacitor with virtually every single skill build I have. It's just too good to not run. And then, of course, Scorpio, because not only is it fantastic for offensive purposes, but for defensive purposes with its talent. You know, being able to disorient and shock. I mean, this even works against hunters. Definitely the best. Scorpio is the best, in my opinion. You have the Firestarter build now. I finally got Vile and Scorpio in the last week or two. Still optimizing for status effects. Summit has the poop. Summit does have the poop. All right, enough dilly dallying here. Let's finish this up. Let me grab some more ammo. And that's a tier 0 Firefly. Granted, I have invested expertise into it, but the fact that I can get that amount of blind duration out of it, just by expertising it up to 15, it's pretty impressive. Actually, I think it's up to 20 now. I can't remember how heavily I invested into blinder. Okay, yeah, it is only at 15. Uh-oh, I'm on fire. I lost my shield. Time to seek cover. It's a good thing I have Unbreakable. I would have been in trouble there. My sniper shotgun here. Yes, come a little closer.
Finish off that agent.
Wait for my shield. Got my shield back. Alright, back on the hunt. It doesn't take much to melt your shield. Granted, I do have 4 cores, so it is a little beefier than it would be if I was just running an all red. But it's mostly here for the damage output that you get with the striker shield. You know, you're basically getting a weapon core, a free weapon core every time you pop it. And if there happens to be a group of them in front of you, it gets amplified. You get increased damage depending on how many enemies are in that cone in front of you. So great for spawn camping. You know, when there's 4 or 5 of them just sitting right in front of you, you get some crazy damage output. So the idea is just to kind of pop it, put it away, pop it, put it away.
Hostile striker drone detected.
Hostile striker drone? What are you talking about? What hostile striker drone? Is there a rogue up here or something? Oh. Is that what you're talking about? This thing?
Encrypted file detected. Uploading to database for analysis.
Hostile striker drone guy sounds like he's swallowing spit. It's the end of the mission. Oh, this is the end right here? Okay. All right, let's see what we got. We've got some dude chilling up there, up there. We're probably gonna just start spawning all over the place, I would imagine.
Get over here.
Oh, there's somebody. Hello. Come on down, boys. I can't get you when you're up there. Can get you when you're right here. God. Yeah, I'm stuck again. Give me my momentum stack. Thank you. Oh. I'm gonna play with my food here. Don't play with your food. I hear a sniper. Ah, there's a sniper. Okay. Nope. Nope. We're gonna have to clear the rest of these guys out first. We'll deal with her later. Ooh, oof. What's hitting me here?
Serious
Uh-oh.
trauma detected.
Man, someone's just taking huge chunks of my health here. Play a little careful here. I don't want to get a little too overconfident and die and have to do this again. Just die. My goodness. Yes, thank you. Please stop it with the foam. I'm in a good spot right here, I think. Okay, what? What the heck? Who's shooting me? Oh, it's this guy. Come here. Enough of that, sir. Okay, where was I? Dealing with this guy. Okay, now I believe it's just the sniper. I'll pick that up in a sec. Ooh. Yes. Definitely take that. There's no way for me to get over there, so I'm gonna have to do my best from over here.
Watch out for that seeker.
Worked out.
What an asshole.
Alright, now everybody line up. Back off, you're the one that came over here. Whoops, don't know why I reloaded there. Where's your friends? Bye-bye.
Mission confirmed. Lieutenant Bantam. Status deceased.
One of Anderson's true sons. I don't like how comfortable they are with the Black Tusk Ordnance.
Hey, Agent.
Boom.
Decrypted another drone recording. It's queued up at the castle if you want to hear it.
Okay, there's a lot of chat I missed here. Let's see. McCracken, talking to Daniel. I did all 5 challenges before the 3rd floor. Every time a challenge finishes, I return to the lobby and pick a new challenge. Cheesy grind. I even finished 20 floors on 1 floor. Nice. That is a smart way of doing that. Not looking forward to the summit part, but capacitor is worth it. Absolutely, Daniel. It is one of 2... Like I said, 1 of 2 exotics that you absolutely must have and you will find yourself using in virtually every build. And you'll actually have to kind of make a conscious effort to pull yourself away from using them because they just work with so many things. Capacitor and Scorpio, worth every penny. If there's There's two, if you could only pick two exotics to min-max, these would be the ones. Yeah, exactly. You killed Bantam. Here's some lame gear. Exactly. Exactly. Let me get the rest of this crap, then we'll head and we'll listen to the little tape that they've got back at the base. And then, wait, was it? Oh no, not the base. The castle settlement. Here we go.
Hostile control point identified.
Let's listen to the tape.
If we want to retrofit more mortars, I'm gonna need more DC-62.
Thank you for telling me, Lieutenant.
General, does that mean you're gonna send more DC-62?
Yeah, at this point,
Oh, bye, Daniel.
nation threats may not be in our best.
Have fun with your meeting things.
Visible contamination.
What are you implying?
Rumors about radiation, sir.
Oh, rumors?
Yes, thank you, McCracken, for all the capacitor info.
About the plant?
No, St. Louis.
What about St. Louis?
You really don't know, do you?
Excuse me? There's nothing to know.
I can't tell if you're full of shit or your new friend is teaching you to be a fantastic fucking liar.
Watch your tone, Lieutenant.
I don't give a fuck about my tone. I want to know if I need to worry about radiation poisoning, sir.
If there's a choice between DC-62 and radiation poisoning, I'd rather take a powder shower. Way less painful way to die, at least it's quick.
Mission complete. And I guess that is it for this particular manhunt. Let's see, what is up next? So next week we get the Bantam League. And then 2 weeks from now, we get the Reanimated Global Event. This is one of my favorite global events, especially for snipers. So satisfying. 3 weeks. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of overlap. Well, there will be week 2 of the Bantam League while Reanimated is active from the look of things. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to get the next manhunt. 4 weeks, yeah. And I don't know if you guys got the news, but the Resident Evil event is back. I never participated in it the first time, so I wasn't able to get the that mask, the Nemesis mask. But the apparel from this event has always been in the store. I ended up buying a lot of it. Actually, I think I bought all of it, come to think of it. Which is kind of disappointing because I had no idea if it was, I didn't, yeah, I did. I bought it all. So I had no idea this event was ever going to come back. I don't think any of us did, to be honest. So kind of a feels bad. But at least I can get the Nemesis mask now, and maybe they'll do some fun stuff with it. I hope. You know, this game would benefit from a zombie mode, a zombie horde mode. That would just be so much fun. So much fun. Oh, right, I got some caches. Let's see what we got. Okay. Got my high-vis camo shirt, which is kind of ironic because, you know, it's high-vis. I mean, where are you going to hide from? And I got some pantaloons. All right. 45 apparel cache keys that I will never use. Okay. Let's see. McCracken says, capacitor drops every couple hours for my McCracken tune. No such luck on the new one. Interesting. It is interesting how RNG can vary so wildly. My new account is only level 81. Watch now. Starting over is a grind. This whole game is a grind. I mean, once you get past the initial like missions and stuff, you've done your exploration and you've officially reached the in-game content. It just becomes kind of a farming simulator. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna head back to base here real quick. How would you guys feel about me doing a build video live? You know, I just got this idea. I've got, you know, there's 11 people in the chat right now. I've been itching to do this. To show off my Show of Force build. Why not? Why not? This is my Show of Force build. This is my Show of Force build. So it's a 4-piece tip of the spear. You've got the Coyote's mask as the exotic piece. And I'm running the Contractor's gloves. Everything is set to critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Weapons of choice here are the FAMAS with preservation rolled onto it. And then we've got my favorite exotic of all time, the Scorpio. It's very hard to pull myself away from running a build that doesn't have the Scorpio. For the pistol, I've got the Orbit. It just sort of sits there and does nothing. Gotta admit, I should probably use it a little bit more often than I do, but it's there if I need it, which is kind of never. So the idea behind this build is to liberally use the grenade launcher to soften up and or kill targets, which will in turn proc the damage boost that you get from the 4-piece aggressive recon. So dealing damage with a signature weapon increases total weapon damage by 20% for 60 seconds. And if you run the chest piece, that bumps that up to 40%, which is very juicy. Backpack. The reason why we're running this backpack is for the signature moves talent that this gear piece comes with. Increases signature weapon damage by 20% and doubles the amount of signature weapon ammo that you generate from aggressive recon. And if you'll notice in the aggressive recon, you are getting ammo every 60 seconds. So every 60 seconds I'm getting, I believe it's 2 grenades every 60 seconds. So I can use this repeatedly without worrying about running out of ammo. Now, as for the Demolitionist spec itself, the reason why we're running this is for obvious purposes. We need that grenade launcher. This whole build is designed around the grenade launcher. But there are some other really nice perks that you get from running this. So the stimulant patch, you get that 100% repair and 30% weapon handling for 30 seconds, or by 30% for 15 seconds. And then you get some burn resistance, neither here nor there. Fragmentation grenade, which I do not use. If I wanted to trigger bleed on enemies, I would switch to the fragmentation, but for this one, I just stuck with your regular grenade. It does more damage anyways. You get increased explosive damage, which again ties into the whole grenade launcher thing. And then we've got crisis response, which is nice. I don't know how often this necessarily comes in handy, but when you lose your armor, it refills your main weapon. This is also nice to have. It can ignore explosions, so like drones, grenadiers, they don't kick you out of cover, at least, you know, the initial explosion. This only triggers every 60 seconds, so unfortunately, if you're getting spammed, it's just that first one that you'll ignore, and all the rest of them are going to kick you out of cover. But this does come in handy. And then group members, they're going to get 5% damage to targets out of cover, which is nice if you're running with a group. So the way that this build functions is you are going to break out the grenade launcher. You're going to lob it at an enemy. It doesn't have to be a group of enemies, but of course, groups of enemies are preferred. And that will proc the talent, and then you can switch to whichever weapon you have, and you will have a nice juicy damage bonus. So I will now demonstrate that. As you can see in the upper left-hand corner, we're currently set to Heroic. You can see out here, shooting range, set to Heroic. I'm going to set this to Elite. I'm going to set this to Optimal range for ARs on this, which is about 15 meters. I'm going to trigger my Coyote's mask. You can see the little blue icon that just showed up below my ammo counter. That's indicating that I am in the mid-range. Mid-range damage boost, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Coyote's mask, the mid-range boost is that 15 to 25 meters, and I'm going to gain an additional 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance. And just for reference, my FAMAS is sitting at that 50% critical hit chance sweet spot. So this Coyote's Mask is going to fill in that gap. I'm going to be sitting right at that 60% cap for critical hit chance, as well as getting a nice little critical hit damage boost. So we're going to grenade. You'll see that the damage boost has been procced. I can now switch back to my FAMAS, and I can go to town. And you can see that it's quite melty. Now, I am running a FAMAS with preservation on it. Reason being is this is an all-red build, and I need some level of survivability on this, and there's actually 2 levels of survivability. First one comes from the preservation talent on here. If you guys are unfamiliar with the preservation talent, it's 10% armor over time, so it's over 5 seconds. It's not instant. But if you get a headshot, you're going to get 20% armor over time. Very strong. In addition to that, I run the Fixer Drone. This is essentially giving me a 1% armor regen, constant armor regen. So it's better than nothing. But I have discovered that this combination between these two helps keep me alive quite well. So, and I will now demonstrate the Scorpio. And I apologize if you can hear my cats in the background. They are very upset that I'm not showing them any attention right now. So, we'll proc damage. We'll switch to the Scorpio. And in most instances, you're going to 3 or 4 shot elites. Just like that. Very strong. So as far as the gear pieces themselves, I'll just go from gear piece to gear piece, kind of showing off what I have rolled onto it. You know, for the Coyote's Mask, it's going to be that critical hit chance and damage. I've got a critical hit chance mod thrown on there. For the chest piece, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. The goal with this build was to get 50% critical hit chance for my FAMAS, and then invest everything else into critical hit damage. And I believe that we did that quite nicely. So this one happens to be rolled a critical hit chance. This one, again, critical hit damage with a critical hit damage mod. Contractor's gloves with critical hit damage rolled onto there. And knees with critical hit chance. So these pieces are extremely easy to farm for. All you got to do is set your targeted loot on countdown. To tip of the spear, you'll probably get these within 1 or 2 runs. You're basically just looking for one that's going to drop with either critical hit chance or critical hit damage in the attribute. And then you're going to fill in the gaps as needed with your mods. So you can just as easily switch the critical hit chance mods out for critical hit damage. As far as Contractor's gloves go, you're probably going to get one of these from a hunter. You can set the targeted loot to Petrov defense and run countdown. You'll probably get this pretty quickly, since the damage to armor attribute on there is static with this one, because that is its inherent attribute. You just need a decent core attribute roll, so you're not investing super heavily into optimizing that. Then you can just roll the other attribute to damage or chance, depending on what you need. So this build is very, very easy to farm for. You don't have to run the FAMAS. I just really like the FAMAS. It's very stable, really high damage output. But if you have a favorite AR, you could just as easily run it here. Just make sure you have preservation rolled onto it. But I do highly recommend the Scorpio. This has been a staple for a lot of my builds for a very long time. And I am running the Reviver High for those times when I make an oopsie and I need to be revived. I did see a streamer mention that you could run something like these China Light Industries, and I did actually have this on this build at one point for that additional explosives damage, but I found that I actually get better damage numbers from the grenade launcher by running Contractors, and that's because of the damage to armor attribute. So damage for the grenade launcher is right around 3 million under normal circumstances. And let me show you that real quick. So there it is. Just a little over 3 million per shot. That's more than enough to, completely decimate red and purples, and it softens up the yellows quite nicely. Let me restock here. And I'll just do a quick demonstration out in the open here. Let's see if we can get lucky and take on a resource convoy. Those are definitely fun with this build. It doesn't look like we're going to get that, so we're going to go take my favorite checkpoint. As far as the outfit my character is wearing, the outfit pieces in the current global event are bugged, and it's not displaying properly, so it's not exactly the look I was going for. And yes, I'm looting because this is like a knee-jerk reaction to me at this point. If I see loot, I have to loot. I'm sorry. I just have to. And we're going to take the long way around. We're going to approach from the left side of the checkpoint, not the right side today. And like I've mentioned before, this build is just a ton of fun during the Golden Bullet global event. You will have to try it out. It's just too much fun. Crazy overpowered. All right, let's showcase the power of this build, hopefully, and not die and feel stupid. Softened them up, we've sowed some chaos. This guy is getting a little close for comfort, so we're going to switch to Scorpio. Nice headshots. You can see my health going up really rapidly when I get those headshots. We've got somebody that's hiding behind cover here. Got some kills there. Now, if they're lower tier, if they're a bunch of red bars, yeah, grenade launcher will absolutely make mincemeat out of them. Elites, they take a little bit more punishment. And you do want to be mindful of the damage proc. You want to make sure it's constantly up, so you will want to periodically switch to the grenade launcher, lob around, switch back. Yeah. I think that one kind of went wild.
Detected. Location guarded by hostiles.
Who said anything about fighting fair? There we go. Alright, that's the checkpoint. We'll get up top here and then we'll call in some reinforcements. Oops, here we go. Climb.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.
You can see that I still have a fair amount of grenade ammo as it is constantly regenerating.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
There we go. Just going for that satchel. Get out from hiding.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
I'll let them deal with that straggler. Boy, I'm just potato aim right now. There we go. Where's this other guy? Oh, there he is.
I've got you. Today.
Heavily armored hostile detected. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Alright, everyone, and that is my show of Force Build. Let me catch up on the chat here. I missed a few things here. Dubsta says, hello, hit a like and subscribe. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated. Let's see. McCracken says, I got the contractor's gloves 3 times today from different caches. Yeah. There have been days. There have been days where I get just crazy amounts of named items, where my RNG just decides that I need all the Fox's prayers, or all the contractor's gloves, crammed into a very small window. I don't know why it does that. If only it would do that with 3% protection from elites mods. Dubsta asks, have you tried the Eagle Bearer with Striker, Obliterate, and the Memento? I have not, and that is only because I don't actually have the Eagle Bearer. I have never done a raid. And I have yet to venture into the Dark Zone to try and get an Eagle Bearer. I am kind of leery of the Dark Zone based on past experiences. I've had some very negative griefing experiences that I don't care to repeat. And I guess I don't really want the Eagle Bearer so bad that I will make an exception. So maybe one day I'll get it, you know. I'd be more likely to step into the Dark Zone if I was traveling with a group.
Good right now.
But as a solo player, it's a whole bag of bad times.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
I understand it's just kind of like the nature of the DZ, and that's fine. And I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna stand on my soapbox and cry to the developers and demand that they change the Dark Zone to make it more appealing for solo players such as myself, because that's not fair. And the Dark Zone is what the Dark Zone is. You either like it or you don't, and I just don't like it, so I just don't go there. Dubsta says, I play PvE and PvP. I love shooting people in the face. I mean, who doesn't? Actually, and that was an idea I had for a stream, is to try PvP for the first time. Not once have I touched PvP in the Division. Not once. I've seen some tubers play it, like Rogue Gold, for example. He's the first one that comes to mind. GC Rock back in the day. Back when he did more PvP. It looks interesting. It's just I've never been much of a PvPer. I don't particularly like playing against other people. I more so enjoy playing with people. McCracken says, I just noticed my new account is ahead of you in season levels. You'll probably pass me in the stream, though. My season level and watch level are the same now. Yeah, Actually, what level am I right now?
Nearby location guarded by hostiles.
71. If I could get to at least 85. I just want to try Sacrum Imperium. Everything I've seen on this weapon says that it's a hot pile of trash and that I'm basically going to earn the weapon and then it's going to be thrown into my vault and it's going to sit there for all eternity. But I want to play with it myself. I will be the final judge of whether or not it is viable or usable in any build. I had some build ideas for this, but the more I've seen on it, the more I'm just kind of like, I'm not really sure. So I'll have to fiddle around. Once I finally get my hands on it, which at this rate's going to take forever. Okay, let's see. I would love to go after some convoys, but I'm probably going to need to reset my checkpoints so they'll actually start showing up. Dubsta, your watch level 11,796. Holy cow. That is impressive, sir. That is very impressive. I mean, I got really excited when I finally hit shade level 4,000, and that took quite some time to get there. I want to say I've been back at the Division game for about 8 months now. After taking nearly a 2-year break from it. And I started the new character, so I didn't pick up where I left off. I started from 0. Worked my way up to 4,000. I haven't really done any of the like the shade farms, like the floor 10 farm on the summit back when that was a thing, or the taking advantage of some of the bugs, I guess you could call it, where they have like infinitely spawning enemies out the back of a truck sort of a deal. I can't stomach the mindless repetition of some of these shade farms. Well, actually all the shade farms. I much prefer to just run around and hit convoys and checkpoints and all that stuff and just kind of do it, I guess, the old-fashioned way. Actually, what build should we run? Maybe we should run a fun build. Oh, this is another build I'm kind of working on at the recommendation of Christian, actually, who was just in the chat. I don't know if he's still here. Hello, Christian, if you're still in the chat. This takes advantage of the Dr. Home marksman rifle. Still kind of working on it. Not sure how I feel about it yet, to be honest. This is another build I'm going to do at some point. This is my deflector shield build. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's another one that's like definitely not meta. Wouldn't necessarily recommend you take it into legendary content, but as a solo heroic player or even in group heroic play, it's a lot of fun. Hotshot is still very broken. Love this build. Let's see. Glass Pesty is a lot of fun, at least when there's a global event active. Not so much under normal circumstances. I'll probably just stick with Barrel Stuffer. Did I get another apparel cache? I did. McCracken says that's about 10 times all 3 of my accounts combined. Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I got a backpack that probably won't render correctly if I try to equip it. Dubsta says, yeah, farm every day to get materials, to get my weapons, expertise 22 for when I do level 30 character runs. Yeah, there's just not enough time in the day to farm that hard. Plus, like, I'm a bit of a variety streamer, or variety gamer, just in general. I have my game that I spend my most time in, which in this case is The Division, but I like a variety. Like, I can't just no life one thing, you know what I mean? So like right now I'm playing Destiny, and I'm playing Hogwarts. I'm gonna probably be playing Diablo 4. I'm definitely gonna be playing Jedi Knight 2 when that comes out in a few months. I know later this year, Space Marine 2 is coming out, and I've already pre-ordered that one because I'm a huge Warhammer nerd. At some point, Darktide maybe will come to the Xbox. I know I could play it on my computer right now, but I'm a console player, and I'm not really sure if my computer could even handle Darktide from what I've heard. I guess it's so graphically demanding that even like top tier computers are having issues with it. And my computer is definitely not top tier. I have an RTX 3060. It's pretty mid-range as far as gaming computers go. But I follow the Fat Shark devs, and ever since they announced, I want to say it was like a month ago, that, you know, hey, we are still working on this. It's just going to be a delay. We don't have any time release windows for you yet or anything like that. Man, talk about delay, because this was supposed to be released back in November for the Xbox, and, you know, we're in March, and they still they don't even have a projected date for release on Xbox or consoles of any kind, which makes me very sad, because Darktide looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my rant for the day. Let's see. Dubsta says, yeah, farm every day to get materials, get my weapons. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Kraken says, I think I'm 440, 583. And then Dubsta says, I play Dead Space, Ragnarok, Call of Duty, but I'm a Division nerd. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. Like, Division's my main for sure. But I do enjoy playing other stuff as well. And I can't just no life one thing. At least not for very long. Oh man, Battlefield 3 and 4. Fond memories of playing those games, especially Battlefield 3. Man, peak Battlefield 3 days. Those were the best. Such a good game. Still a good game by today's standards. You know, I played the Battlefield, 2042, the most recent one, back when it was in beta. And I was just like, nope. And I'm glad I skipped it, because all the videos I've seen on it since, until I want to say fairly recently, after they've released their, billionth patch for the thing, is that it's a hot pile of crap. And it's just riddled with bugs and issues, and yeah. I miss peak Battlefield days. Ooh, here we go. They just spawned. We're going to go after these guys. You're not missing anything, McCracken. 2042 is bad.
Civilians in distress.
The beta was virtually unplayable, at least on console. I don't know how our PC brethren fared, but on console it was absolutely just unplayable. And then at release, they had all kinds of issues. They lost something like... don't quote me on this, but I think it was like 75% of their player base within the first month. It was bad. They were hemorrhaging players. It's just a bad game. Which broke my heart, because I was really hoping for, that Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 vibe, because they went back to, modern weaponry, or near future weaponry. And I really like that. But they dropped the ball. I don't know why. So now we wait for them to make another one that hopefully doesn't suck. We'll go ahead and do this public execution while we're over here.
What in the... Target NEX.
Oops. Did not actually mean to tuck and roll. I want to get to cover. Sniper dog's hurt. Doesn't matter how much armor you have, they hurt. Ouch.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I could use it.
shield away there. Come here. Ah, we got somebody's attention over here. I think this is the resource convoy. Alright, now where is that resource convoy? How close are they? Yeah, we'll just go ahead and intercept them.
Hostile control point nearby.
Keep moving.
Are my backpacks glitched? Yes. As a matter of fact, there's a ton of glitches going on with the new apparel. Stuff just isn't rendering correctly. I showed an example earlier. Let's see if I can get it to reproduce here. So I unlocked this one. You can see that it has a shader applied to it, and the shader... Actually, let me take the shader off. Well, see now, that seems to be rendering correctly. I don't believe that this piece actually has a camo pattern on it, so it seems to be taking on the camo pattern of whatever the vest, I guess you could say, underneath is. So this Fenris, or this Badger Tough vest. So you'll see, like, if I take off the vest, how it has that particular camo pattern to it. And so if I equip this, it kind of retains that camo pattern, except for it kind of squishes the pattern. Can't seem to make that go away. You can see that my backpack is kind of stuck on the... I can't even show it because I can't modify this one, but my backpack is stuck on this one, the dispatch backpack, for whatever reason. There were some other little bugs I found while I was fiddling around with my outfits. But yeah, it's kind of a mess. I can never get my character to look right with the new apparel. So I'm just kind of hoping that the devs fix it here soon. Because I really like the new apparel event. It's some of the nicest apparel I think they've come up with in quite some time. Definitely has mass appeal, you know, with the whole military thing. I'd say that's probably the most popular look for Division players. It's not to say that the stuff they came up with in the past was bad, it just wasn't for everyone. But this has more mass appeal.
Fuck their system.
Yeah, fuck their system.
Run, rabbit. You die here.
Okay. I accept your challenge.
Incoming hostile.
Yeah, this is the one where they get stuck. Check it out. They spawn in this little room and they can't get out. It's actually pretty funny. As long as you don't accidentally shoot the lock off. Actually, I don't think they can open it anyways.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Don't be shy. Come on now. Don't make me come in there and get you. Okay, I'm gonna come in and get you. See what you made me do? Sniper dogs seem to take me to 1 HP no matter what I'm wearing. It does feel that way sometimes. They hit hard, and I don't know if they've always hit that hard. I don't think they have. But I want to say in recent updates, not the most recent update, but in past, like I want to say in the last few months, it does feel that way. Like even if you're sitting on like 6 armor cores or whatever, it's like one shot and your armor's just gone. All right, who else can we murk here? They're about done with their travel. Oh, perfect. these guys? Where'd you come from? Absolutely.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Like shooting fish in a bucket. Hey, Daniel's back. You're at 85 season right now. Nice. Well, you're ahead of me. I am slowly catching up. The weekly reset double XP buff is helping. We've already jumped up, I believe, our, 15 tiers or so? I think 75 is the 15 mark for me, because I think I was sitting at 60 when we started. But yeah, so I'm sitting at 72. Really, well, we're really close to the Sacred Imperium. Just a few more levels, and we'll finally be there. Eventually I'll get the ninja bike. But honestly, it seems like everyone's impressions of the ninja bike has been meh to bad. But I haven't seen anybody, well, anybody I can take seriously say that the ninja bag is like meta or the new hotness. You know what I mean? It's a fun piece, but it's not stronger than existing pieces like the Memento. Let's see if we can get to these guys in time. See if we hustle, we might be able to reach them. They might already be to the checkpoint. That's okay. I can take the checkpoint too. Ooh, I'm just gonna go around these guys. Yeah. I really want to get to these guys down here first. Perfect. Perfect timing. There we go. I want to get that bag lit up. Need more pneumatic. No. We are not going to be doing that lawnmower crap.
Incoming hostiles detected. Incoming backup request.
Oh, hello.
Heavily armored hostiles detected.
Okay, now we're taking a bunch of aggro.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
They're spawning over here. Yep.
Hostile supply convoy nearby.
No flanking. I don't see anybody else in here. Maybe it was just that one guy. There must be above us. I need some ammo. Yeah, it's bad timing on my part. here. Some more stacks going here. Alright, so there's some guys up here. Let's take care of them first. Yeah, come on down. Oh, I was gonna melee you. That works. Where's your friend? There's your friend. Somebody else? All the way over here? Oh, hello. There we go. Let's see if we can get lucky and get him to spawn up here. Spawn right out that door.
Reinforcements en route.
Nice. Beautiful. Okay, no. That's okay, I didn't really need my shield anyways. Okay. Whew. Gotta back up just a little bit, give myself a chance to react to those guys when they come barreling out of there like a bunch of lunatics. Alright, now they're spawning downstairs.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
What do we do with this guy?
Take him down.
We got someone to deal with.
Okay.
Deny the enemy. Shit, running out of support.
There we are. And we'll grab the resource convoy stuff.
Convoy detected.
Nice.
That was the last one. Let's finish up so
Okay, I've missed a bunch of text, or a bunch of chat here. Let's catch up. McCracken, everything is weird to me. I quit for a couple years or so and came back with brand new account, leveling up for my 9-year-old Grand Punk. She likes to co-op with me. She's brutal in Breakpoint. Daniel, I'm trying to force myself to play my Striker build. Oh, I got Sacrum Imperium last night. Well, this morning. Ninja is just for fun. Yeah, Daniel, what do you think of Sacrum? Let's see, Daniel, I took at least 2 years off D2 as well. Yeah, there was that period of time where there was like just nothing. Just nothing. And I got burned out, and you know, the same thing kind of happened with Destiny. I recently kind of got back into Destiny as well with this whole Lightfall thing. I jumped in towards the tail end of Witch Queen. It's another one of those, like, I played it to the point where I just couldn't play it anymore because it was just the same gameplay loop over and over again. There was nothing new. They weren't, you know, pushing out new content fast enough to keep everybody interested. And so I left. And I think I actually left Destiny for longer than Division. I've been away from Destiny for close to 3 years. So I was and still kind of am really confused with all the changes that they made. Still kind of struggling to understand some of the stuff, some of the mechanics, but I mean, that's what happens when you do these games as live service thing. You know, people play it, and they expect to continue to play it, and it hold their interest, but it just doesn't because they just can't push out content fast enough. Especially for the people like myself who, once I latch on to a game that I'm really obsessed with, I do tend to no-life it, at least for a short period of time. And for those of us who aren't, you know, slowly playing through the game, we reach the end really fast, and then we're just standing around with our thumbs up our ass wondering what we're supposed to do. And I've found myself in that situation many times.
We've got plenty of resources.
Let's see. McCracken. I'm going to get the ninja bag today and try it. I doubt I grind the other account for it. Just have to depend on RNG, I guess. Fair enough. My other build I did recently is the Status plus Vile plus Scorpio. It's pretty fun. Yes. Tons of fun. Vile in Eclipse Protocol with Scorpio is all kinds of fun. McCracken. My McCracken account is 440. And Roxanne Wolf is 83. Then there's the top secret DZ account. Oh boy. Top secret, huh? Is it top secret now that you've mentioned it? Fair point. It is called Top Secret DZ Build. Or is it called Top Secret DZ Build? I'll never tell. I didn't bother playing Sacrum. Or Daniel says, I didn't bother playing with Sacrum. It was kind of early when I stopped playing. Dodd being grumpy about it, and everyone else didn't have the motivation, but I'll try it. Maybe sniper status. Daniel, that's what I was thinking too. Considering that it is definitely geared towards being used in a status build. That was going to be the first place I was going to start. You know, as much status effect and headshot damage or something. The problem with the G28 platform is that, I don't know if you've ever tried one of the high-end G28s that the Sacrum is based off of, but it is a hot pile of trash as far as accuracy and stability goes. It is all over the place, and so you have to invest so heavily into weapon handling that you're losing out on a ton of damage, and I just don't see Sacrum being viable, just period, to be honest. But well, again, it's one of those, like, I want to try it for myself and see. I think we can get to these guys in time. McCracken says, I play a DZ hater on the forums, so I have to keep my rogue account secret. That was years ago, though. That's fair. Daniel says, on live service chat, D1 is still really fun, in my opinion. I have toyed with the idea of going back to Destiny 1. Or Division 1, I'm sorry. I have. And because, that was the game that started my love for this franchise. And I really miss the snow environment. I really do. Like, I don't mind this environment, and for what it is, you know, they did an amazing job, like, as far as, like, summertime, and, like, with the rain, and the storms, and the weather effects and stuff, like, it's great. It's a very good-looking game. It's just not snow, and I miss the snow. And I keep hoping that they'll release, like, an expansion or something that'll feature, like, a snow map or something, but, you know, obviously, we haven't got there yet. Daniel says, I got nonstop relics, and yeah, the G28s are poop. So poop, much wow, yes. I have a feeling that Sacrum is going to just be one colossal disappointment. Which is really sad because, like I've mentioned before, it's one of the best looking exotics I think we've had in a while. I mean, just look at Dread Edict and how that one turned out. Like, what were they thinking with its design? Like, it doesn't even have any bloody attachments on it.
Hostile broadcast detected.
Wait, did that? Oh, now there's another one. Okay, let's see if we can catch these guys. I'm gonna go this way though. Like the exotics that we've had in recent seasons have just been so, at least cosmetically, have been so lackluster. Well, and actually, you know, physically lackluster as far as like performance goes. They've just been kind of middling at best, in my opinion. Of course, I can't claim to be like an expert on all this stuff. I'm definitely not a numbers expert. You know, Dodd Regenview, Fog of War. I don't know if you guys have checked out Fog of War's channel. Off Constantly. I don't know if you guys have checked out Off Constantly either. But they're all what I would say would be more of like the numbers testing experts of the Division community. I am not one of them. I base a lot of my builds off of their research. So, you know, hey, if any of you guys are listening right now, huge thank you to you guys. I know you guys put a lot of work into your videos, and it is greatly appreciated. Oh yeah, Hutchler. Hutchler's very good too, for sure.
Right now.
But usually my my process when it comes to making builds is I will get inspired by an existing Tubers build. I'll recreate it, and then I'll modify it to my tastes. That's typically my process. There has been, I'm trying to think if I've come up with any builds like myself just through personal experimentation. I would honestly have to give that some more thought. I don't think I have. That's not to say that I lack originality, it's just that I am not very good about making builds without having somewhere to start. Like, I get inspired by someone. You know, I'm like, oh, I like the sound of that build, but I would make changes, you know, here, here, and here, and then I kind of make it my own. If that makes any sense. Okay, I'm getting pinched. Marco style. Sorry, I just quickly glanced at the chat. Man, he was the OG Division guru. I remember him. I remember I was so disappointed when when Division 2 was released, and he just started playing it, and within, I want to say, probably the first month, he was just like, well, I'm done with Division. I was pretty devastated. I really enjoyed his content. Just top tier content. I don't know if you guys saw, but he actually recently put out a video on the Division about, you know, what it could have been or what it should have been. And I have to say that I definitely agree with most of his points, if not all of his points. You know, what we were shown and what we actually got were very different. That's not to say that what we got was terrible, but it could have been even better. What is going on down here?
Hostage health is critical.
Why are you all the way down here? Leave my person alone. He's gonna kill this hostage. Woo!
Why can't I?
Just barely. I think this dude's at like sliver of health. Oh, of course we got the attention of somebody else. Let the chaos ensue.
All set. Friendly hit. Move.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Fight.
Stupid Wally bots. Get lost. Okay. Alright, where's the key? Who's got the key? There it is. I do long for the glory days of Destiny, or I keep saying Destiny, Division 1. I mean, until I reached the DZ, that's kind of when it all went to crap. The DZ in Division 1 is definitely a different animal. No, there's still stuff going on up here. I'm coming. I'm coming. Now he's all the way over here. What the heck? Are you on the other side of this wall? Or are you around the corner? Wow. There we go. who's left? Is this guy over here? I got a couple of them.
Detected. Location blocked by hostiles.
Alright, where's this last guy? There you are. That was too slow on the fire. Ooh, okay. I got a little frenzied. There we go. Another level up. Let me catch up on the chat here. I picked up my research methods from Marco Style. Yes, Marco Style. Dubsta says, I love armor regen. I made a spotter build with armor regen and the Kingbreaker. Yes, I do love armor regen too. You just gotta have a decent amount of armor to begin with and to capitalize on that armor regen. If you're sitting at a bunch of red cores, not so much. But if you've got if you've got 3 or 4 cores on you, you'll definitely notice that boost. Marco Style is a Destiny boy now. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Which is fine because I love Destiny too. I just miss him as the the Division guy. Also, I don't know if you guys remember Wids. I think he's actually still making Division content, if I'm not mistaken. It's just every now and then. I'm not really sure what he does now. McCracken says he makes good videos. He's a bright kid and performs well in front of a mic or camera. Yes, he does. I just found this channel today. I'm entertained so far. Well, thank you, McCracken. I appreciate it. I try to be entertaining at least. I'm definitely not, god tier when it comes to my playing skills, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying games immensely. Daniel says Marco Style is really good. I just don't enjoy the hyper Destiny. I actually went in the DZ in D1 more than D2. I feel like those hostages could have just run to a settlement with how far they traveled. Yeah, for real. What was that all about? Dubsta, I liked watching the vibes, Cold Boy, Kamikaze, Rogue Gold, GC Rock, and a few others, which are DZ streamers. Yeah, they can be very entertaining. I forgot about Cold Boy. Yeah. I've watched a lot of GC Rock stuff, especially his raid carries. Those are so much fun to watch. McCracken, I'm trying to put something together with a Technician and Kingbreaker now. Nice. Good combo. Get that linked laser pointer. Dubsta, my armor regen build has 2 million armor. Well, you're definitely going to notice that armor regen then. Wids and Skill Up. Oh man, I completely forgot about Skill Up too. Yeah, Skill Up does awesome news videos for sure. I'm going to have to resubscribe to him. I'm not sure why I'm not subscribed to him right now, to be honest. Maybe it's just because I had so many subscriptions that I couldn't even keep up with my feed. And so I trimmed. And he probably ended up getting trimmed because I haven't seen him on my feed in forever. Wids is hilarious and a very good player. Yes, he is. I ran into Wids and Marco in the DZ once. Oh, I bet you that was cool. I stood on a truck and watched them fight each other for an hour. Good stuff. Nice. Dubsta says, and Tuxedo. Yes, I follow Tuxedo Bandito. He definitely thinks outside the box with his builds, and I appreciate that. And another streamer, well, he's not a streamer, he's a YouTuber, that I have mentioned before. He goes by Singeist. He puts out great outside the box videos. And they're short and sweet and to the point, and I appreciate that. There's no talking in his videos. He just shows a quick snapshot of the build, and then he runs through a mission to kind of showcase the build and how it's played, and then all the information on the build is found in the description. So you just can read it if you're interested. If not, then it's a short and sweet video. And I've gotten a lot of ideas from his builds and his build vids. So I would highly recommend you check him out. Singeist, Syngeist. It's a treasure trove of builds. Guys, I think I'm actually gonna call the stream here. I am starving, and I need to say bye to the wife before she heads off to work. So I'm gonna take a break, and I'll be back on. I'm gonna be doing some variety streaming today. I'm probably gonna play some Destiny next, and then probably end the day with some Hogwarts Legacy. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. I understand if it's not the most interesting to you. But if you just want to drop by and say hi, that'd be much appreciated. See, Daniel says, time to actually go. Appreciate your videos, Orphan. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Daniel. I hope you have a great day, too. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you, McCracken and Dubsta and all the rest of you for dropping by and participating and joining in this entertaining chat. And I'll talk to you guys later.